Hello, English learner. Welcome back to English Speaking and Listening Club. Today, I want you to imagine something simple, a cup of coffee, just a hot drink in a cup. Now imagine that this simple drink becomes a symbol of comfort, style, identity, and even status. Imagine people proudly holding that cup with a green logo like it is part of who they are. How did that happen? How did Starbucks turn coffee, a normal everyday drink, into a lifestyle that millions of people feel connected to? And more important for you, how can you use the same ideas to upgrade your own life and your English? Let's start with a story. Before Starbucks, coffee was just coffee. For many people, it was something cheap that you drank at home or in a small cafe, usually fast, maybe without much thought. In the 1970s, Starbucks began as a simple coffee bean store in Seattle. They sold coffee beans, equipment, and taught people a little about quality coffee. It was nice, but it was not a global lifestyle. It was just a shop. Then a man named Howard Schultz joined the company. One day, he went on a trip to Italy. In Italy, he saw something magical. He saw espresso bars full of people, talking, laughing, relaxing, taking a break from their day. The barista knew their names, knew their favorite drink. It was not just coffee. It was culture. It was connection. It was a daily ritual that made people feel alive and human. Schultz came back to the United States with a powerful idea in his mind. Coffee should be more than a product. Coffee could be an experience. Coffee could be a moment. Coffee could be a lifestyle. At first, the original founders of Starbucks did not fully agree with this vision. But later, Schultz bought the company and began to build the Starbucks we know today. Here is the key. Starbucks did not just sell coffee. Many other places sold coffee. Starbucks sold a feeling. They sold the feeling of being in a third place, not home, not work, a third place. A place between the stress of work and the responsibilities of home. A safe space where you can relax, read, talk, think, or just breathe. That is the heart of the Starbucks lifestyle. Think about your own experience. When you walk into a Starbucks, you recognize something. The smell of fresh coffee, the soft music, the similar style of chairs, tables, and lights. The barista who asks your name and writes it on the cup. The menu with many options so you can choose your own drink. All of this is design. All of this is intentional. Starbucks is building a feeling inside you. This is my place. One belong here. This is part of who I am. This is not an accident. Starbucks turned coffee into a lifestyle with a few powerful moves. First, they created a consistent experience. Whether you enter a Starbucks in New York, Tokyo, or Istanbul, it feels familiar. Maybe the designs are a bit different, but the core feeling is the same. You know what to expect. This consistency builds trust and comfort. Second, they gave you identity. When you walk out with that cup in your hand, you are sending a message, even if you do not say a word. You are saying, I care about quality. I am part of a global, modern, urban culture. Maybe that sounds simple, but humans love symbols. We love to show who we are by what we buy, what we wear, what we drink. Starbucks understood this and made the cup itself a symbol. Third, they made ritual. People do not just sometimes go to Starbucks. Many people go every morning, every afternoon, or on certain days. It becomes part of their daily routine. I start my day with a latte. I meet my friend every Wednesday at Starbucks. This repetition creates habit, and habit creates lifestyle. Over time, it feels strange not to have that coffee. It becomes part of your story. Fourth, they personalized the experience. You do not just order coffee. You order a tall, grande or venti, with your choice of milk, flavor, and style. You say, "This is my drink." That small sense of control and personalization makes you feel special. It feels like Starbucks understands you. Now, why am I telling you this, like a life coach? Because I want you to see something powerful. If Starbucks can do this with coffee, you can do this with your life and your English. Coffee is just a drink, but with vision, consistency, identity, ritual, and personalization, that drink became a global lifestyle. Your English is not just English. It can also become a lifestyle that lifts your confidence, your opportunities, and your future. Ask yourself, right now, is English just a subject for you, or is it part of your lifestyle? Do you study sometimes when you have time, or is English something that lives inside your day, your habits, and your identity? Starbucks did not become special by selling better coffee only. They became special by making coffee a part of people's daily life. You can do the same with English. First, create your own third place for English. Starbucks gave people a place between home and work. You can give yourself a place between stress and rest, where English feels safe and even enjoyable. Maybe it is a corner of your room with a notebook, a dictionary app, a comfortable chair, and your favorite drink. Maybe it is your regular spot in a local cafe. Maybe it is a quiet bench in a park with your headphones. The place does not need to be fancy. It only needs to feel like your English place. When you go there, your mind learns. Here I grow. Here I focus. Here I speak and listen in English. Second, build consistency. Starbucks feels familiar because the experience is similar each time. You can do this with your English routine. Choose a simple, repeatable plan. For example, maybe you listen to 10 minutes of English audio, then read for 10 minutes, then speak out loud for 5 minutes every day. Maybe you watch a short English video and repeat the sentences. The details are flexible, but the key is this: do it again and again. Same time if possible. Same place. Same pattern. When you make English a regular part of your day, it becomes automatic, like your morning coffee. Third, connect English to your identity. Starbucks gave you a cup that says, "This is who I am." Give yourself a sentence that says, "This is who I am" in English. For example, I am a global communicator. I am someone who learns every day. I am building an international life. Say it to yourself. Write it somewhere. When you think about English, do not think, "I am bad at English" or "I am shy." That is like saying, "I am not a coffee person." Instead, start to see English as part of your personal brand. You are the kind of person who grows, who challenges yourself, who uses English as a tool to open doors. Fourth, create rituals, not just goals. Goals are important. Maybe your goal is to pass an exam or get a job, but rituals are what you do every day. Think of your English order like your coffee order. For example, your ritual could be, every morning after breakfast, you put in your headphones, listen to a short English podcast, and repeat 3 sentences. At lunch, you take 5 minutes to write a short diary entry in English. At night, you watch part of a movie in English with subtitles. These small rituals, repeated again and again, will slowly turn English into a natural part of your life. Fifth, personalize your learning. At Starbucks, people say, "This is my drink." You should say, "This is my English." Maybe you love business, music, travel, or technology. Use English in those areas. Listen to songs you enjoy and learn the lyrics. Follow YouTube channels and podcasts in English about topics you love. Read articles that truly interest you. When English is connected to your passion, it stops feeling like homework and starts feeling like part of your lifestyle. Now, let's come back to Starbucks for a moment. Another big thing they did was create community. People meet there, talk there, work there. It became a social space. You can also turn English into a social space. Join an online speaking club. Find a language partner. Comment in English under videos. Write in English in online groups. Do not learn alone all the time. When you use English to connect with real people, it feels alive, just like conversation in a coffee shop. Starbucks also kept improving the experience. They added new drinks. They introduced Wi-Fi. They changed their store designs over time. They listened to customer feedback. You can do the same with your learning. From time to time, ask yourself, is my English routine still working for me? Am I bored? Where can I make it more fun, more effective, more modern? You can add new methods like shadowing, voice recording, or language apps. You can switch from only grammar to more speaking practice. You are the designer of your experience. I want you to see that behind this big global brand is a simple, powerful idea. You are not just selling a product, you are creating a story that people want to live in. Starbucks created a story about comfort, connection, creativity, and modern life. People wanted to join that story, so they joined the Starbucks lifestyle. You, too, are creating a story about your life. English can be part of a powerful story, a story about courage, growth, and a bigger world. So here is my challenge for you. Today, choose one small way to turn English from a school subject into part of your lifestyle. Maybe you will create your English corner at home. Maybe you will decide a fixed time every day for your English ritual. Maybe you will join an online group and introduce yourself in English. Start small, but start now. Think like Starbucks. Focus on experience, feeling, and identity, not only on rules and tests. Remember this: Starbucks turned coffee into a lifestyle by changing how people feel when they drink it. You can turn English into a lifestyle by changing how you feel when you use it. Instead of fear, choose curiosity. Instead of shame, choose pride in your effort. Instead of thinking, "I am not good enough," think, every day, "I am building my international self." Your accent, your mistakes, your progress, all of it is part of your unique story. You are not just learning English. You are building a life where English opens doors, creates friendships, and gives you freedom. Just like people hold a Starbucks cup and walk with confidence, I want you to hold your English with confidence. Walk like a person who belongs in global conversations. Speak like someone whose voice matters, because it does. Thank you for listening, and remember, you are not just a student. You are a creator of your own lifestyle. Make it powerful. Make it meaningful. Make it international. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Hookline: How Starbucks turned a simple cup of coffee into a global lifestyle, and how you can do the same with your English.